number 8. And again, I did the translation best I could, but I mean, they believe that Casamonica may be on the cusp of the upset.
He's trying. I mean, he has the right idea, but he got to just stay busy.
And why don't we bring in our unofficial scorer, rules expert Sean Wheelock? I mean, Sean, Casamonica's on the come-up.
I agree, Mauro. I have this 4 rounds to 3, 67-66 Lucas Bahdi. But I have given Armando Casamonica rounds 4, 6, and 7. As you've been saying on commentary, you see that Lucas Bahdi, after round number 3, has been sitting back, waiting for those hard counters. But meanwhile, Armando Casamonica has the volume, has been dictating the tempo and coming forward with pressure.
And as you were saying that, Sean, and Amir, you reacted some good counter work to the body by Bahdi.
Yeah, he's hitting him in the head, body, everything. If he continues to fight like this, based off Sean's scorecard, he can win the fight. So the trainer knows this is your biggest opportunity, the biggest stage that boxing's ever had. Let's bring it.
Why? I mean, and again, watching Bahdi, he does bring it. Why? What is it that's keeping him from pulling the trigger as much as he'd like to right now, Roy?
He's not as open. What is his name?
Casamonica.
Casamonica is not as open as it looks like he is. He has high guard. The high guard is not encouraging to a guy like Lucas Bahdi, who is a big puncher.
No risk, no reward?
Exactly.
Minute and a half left in the 8th round.
Don't push.
Mark Kalloy, veteran referee, maintaining law and order, and has had a pretty easy go of it. These two pros doing their best to give the fans a display of their skills in the sweet and savage science.
And this is what I like to teach fighters. I say, don't show a guy your face sometimes. He won't punch. Casamonica is not showing Bahdi the face. So Bahdi ain't punching much.
Right. And Amir, again, I love those reactions, brother, because
great uppercut hook combination.
Closer.
It was 2 punches, but there were 4 punches to that, too. Now, there's one more.
And Casamonica's putting together some nice combinations.
Yes, he is.
He's throwing 4 and 5 punches to Lucas's 2.
Who does he think he is? David Benavidez?
See that?
Oh, see that? He's sitting down on these shots now.
Yep.
Curling behind the guard of Bahdi.
I feel like he would have way more knockouts if he actually punched with his knuckles like you were discussing earlier.
And what about sitting down? What about like Mike Tyson, where it comes from the bended knee throughout the leg all the way up? You got to really sit down. Neither good shot.
And punching with leverage.
Another left hook to the body by Bahdi. And there's a right hand that missed for Casamonica. But Bahdi is not putting together combinations, Amir.
Yeah, the body doesn't move either, so it's good to hit the body because it slows everything else down.
Bahdi's not putting together combinations because he don't see openings. He only wants to punch when he sees openings. Oh, good shot.
That was a great shot. Good timing,
good timing on that punch.
Yeah.
A new wave of fighter. Jake Paul is building a career defined by fierce ambition and unfiltered confidence. But man, from the streets to the ring, Mike Tyson's rise to dominance is a story of raw talent, relentless determination, and a fearsome legacy that still echoes through the boxing world. And yeah, they will meet 8 rounds. The rules have been tweaked, 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds. But what will happen when Jake Paul steps into the ring with his dad's favorite fighter, Mike Tyson? Each of them have, of course, predicted the knockout. And for boxing purists, well, they are waiting with bated breath for what should be an electrifying rematch of the greatest female boxing match in history. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano 2. Serrano looking to even the score. Taylor looking to defend the undisputed 140-pound title. The penultimate round, round 9, and powered punches through 8. For Bahdi, 51 of 154 for 33%. For Casamonica, 56 of 186 for 30%. So Casamonica's landed more. Bahdi has been more efficient.
And probably more effective.
Yeah, definitely more effective. But Casamonica, he's fighting a smart fight. You know, he keeps on coming forward. He's like resilient. Oh, this great rib shot.
A very smart fight.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, okay, Bahdi, I see what he's trying to do, using the stick, trying to gain range. But Roy, when you're doing that, you're trying to measure so you can land a right hand. He's not throwing anything. And Casamonica is really disrupting his rhythm, his timing, and his game plan.
Like I said, he's not throwing them because when he does that, Casamonica puts his hands up so you don't see nothing.
Exactly.
You don't let him see nothing, he's not going to throw nothing.
Amir, what does Bahdi have to do to try to just find a way to get some sustained offense, because he's being countered effectively as well, and he's usually the guy to do that.
Right. When it's the 9th and 10th round, when it's the last two rounds, like, you have to do whatever to win. If it's close, you have to start throwing punches. You have to be a little riskier, but you still got to be smart.
In the entertainment business, you're only as good as your last show.
100%.
Lucas Bahdi, well, he opened everyone's eyes in July as he came in as the B-side, was behind on every scorecard after 5 rounds, and in the 6th, electrified the world with a viral KO of H2O Silv. And not to say that, you know, it's up to the judges. And boy, what an exchange here, but he is in tough.
Yep. He's in very tough, but he's a great counter puncher. I love his counter. He throws beautiful counter shots. He just don't do enough of the first punches.
How much does it impact a fighter when, in what ways does it impact, because Casamonica putting the pressure, when you face a short notice opponent like Bahdi's doing here?
It doesn't really affect you that bad, because what people don't realize about boxing is you're supposed to prepare yourself regardless of who you're fighting.
So you should, of course, have to make adjustments on the fly.
Of course.
As we know.
If you can't do that, then you're not really a top-notch fighter.
Well, Casamonica's made an adjustment in his fight. Good counter left from a southpaw. Bahdi momentarily landed that straight left hand.
Flush shot as well.
Yep, and there's a double left hook, but off the high guard of Bahdi. But Casamonica's
doing all the work still.
Doing all the work on the front foot, missing wildly with the right. And there was a counter opportunity for Bahdi that he didn't take. So, short notice, coming all the way from Italy. And Armando Casamonica is going to the 10th and final round. Who's O will go. Round 10 is next.
Pushed him, too.
No. He's like, hey, Katsofai.
Hey, wait a minute. Save it for the last round, sir.
Yeah, right?
You got another round. Save it for the last round.
100%.
With that left, we're going to come in with the right. You hear me? We're going to apply good pressure this round. Another deep breath. Stepping to the right.
Last round, we're going to touch gloves. We're going to keep it clean, all right? Here we go.
When he circles left, if you get there first before him and unload, right? Understand? Lots of feints with the left, Paul with the left, come in. Let's let that cannon go. Do you hear me? He's gagging for it. His mouth is wide open. Every time he's...
Forza, forza. Forza, forza, c'è la 10ª ripresa, ci devi credere.
They're not going to believe it. Keep going. Strong. Be strong. Be strong. We got this. Let's go. So the Italian corner.
This is the final round.
All right. High drama in Texas. Let's bring in our unofficial score rules expert, Sean Wheelock. How do you have it after 9?
It's a big comeback for Armando Casamonica, 86-85. That's 5 rounds to 4 up on my scorecard. Lucas Bahdi, I thought, was in control. I gave him the first 3 rounds, but since round 4, I've given Casamonica every round but the 5th. Round 6 and 8, though, extremely close for me. I think, Mauro, this will come down to the 3 judges assigned by the Texas Commission. Are they looking at the volume, the forward pressure of Armando Casamonica, or the hard, clean counters of Lucas Bahdi?
Amir, what about the conditioning of Armando Casamonica, especially in the second half of the fight? Again, taking the fight short notice coming from Europe.
Yeah, because I was thinking in my mind, I was just like, Bahdi's deteriorating as Casamonica's really stepping it up. And it just like throughout the fight, it just transitioned and flipped.
Roy,
when initially, Bahdi was the one that was controlling everything.
Roy, what say you here?
Huh?
What say you? I mean, Bahdi is a guy who was the talk of the boxing world. He signed with MVP, got an opportunity to be on the biggest stage, to continue to build his brand as a knockout artist. And yeah, it takes 2 to tango. But we're used to seeing Bahdi put on the pressure. He is under extreme pressure right now.
Here's a guy that watched him lose a bunch of rounds in his last fight. This guy saw that, no question, and this guy feels like he can win now. And he thinks he's ahead in this fight now. That's why he's taking it easy. He feels like he's ahead in this fight.
Yeah, when it's a close
Stop.
fight like that, like you said before, every judge has a different criteria. So you could think you're winning, but you don't. They might be judging on something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
But why is that? Why? I understand, and Sean, of course, we could, Mr. Wheelock, get it after. But I mean, there is the criteria mostly on effective punching, and I mean, here in the second half of the fight, the effective punches have come from Armando Casamonica.
Yeah.
Don't stiff arm. Don't stiff arm. Let's box, gentlemen.
Oh, good shot.
Wow.
Good shot by
Stop.
Bahdi.
Nobody
Yeah,
box.
but there you know, he's like, hey,
Box.
don't count me out yet, but time is ticking away. 50 seconds left in what is a close encounter of the lightweight kind here at AT&T Stadium as Netflix ushers in a new era of combat sports. And what an exchange here, guys.
Yeah, Casamonica's done a good right hand.
Uppercut by Bahdi.
Stop.
Yeah,
Nobody punch. Let
Casamonica's
him
not
go.
giving up.
Break.
He's bringing it the whole night.
Better believe it. He's showing that he's
Box.
undefeated
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Final 20 seconds. Who is going to remain unbeaten?
Great exchanges tonight.
Yeah, Lucas
Tremendous.
going at him.
Fight down the
10 seconds.
stretch they come. We're not seeing the urgency from Bahdi. The aggression from Casamonica
Yep.
is an upset in the offing here at AT&T Stadium. Do you think Casamonica did enough to win, Amir?
Yeah, I think he stepped it up at the right point in midway in the fight, and I think he just took and stole the rounds
Now,
by his
Roy,
aggression.
you're the guy who's seen it all, done it all. I know as an announcer, you know, I'm trying to tell the story. I don't see the tech, you know, we're not studying it like an analyst like you. What do you think?
I'm not an analyst. I'm just a guy who looks on and takes in what he sees. And I see a hard road for the promoter's fighter to lose.
All right, let's bring in unofficial score rules expert Sean Wheelock. Tension is palpable, Sean.
Morrow, I loathe draws, but I have it 95-95, five rounds apiece. So going through my unofficial scorecard, rounds 1, 2, and 3 for Lucas Bahdi. I then gave Armando Casamonica every round, rounds 4 through 9, except for round number 5, which was extremely tight as well. Round number 10, I thought Lucas Bahdi did a lot of what he did in rounds 1, 2, and 3. Came forward while still landing effective counters. Morrow, the difference for me in this fight, and I think that's what the 3 judges now are looking at, Bahdi was a counterpuncher throughout, but he was a pressure, aggressive counterpuncher in rounds 1, 2, 3, and 10. In the other rounds, largely, Armando Casamonica had more volume and had more consistent forward pressure.
And for Roy Jones Jr., he doesn't do draws, he wears draws. All right, we've got Big Mo in the center of the ring with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 10 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards at ringside. Judge Mike Ross sees the contest 95-95, while judges David Iacobucci and Nate Palmer see the contest 96-93 and 98-92, declaring your winner by majority decision, Lucas Prince Bahdi.
98-92, mamma mia, but Lucas Bahdi, he wins this by the hair of his chinny chin, guys. What do you think?
98, 92 ain't the hair of your chin. That's the hair of your promoter.
Yeah, literally, I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, there's no way that's at the scorecards of the actual fight we watched. There's no way.
I mean, for Armando Casamonica to taste defeat on short notice, are heartbroken. Armando Casamonica, but Lucas Bahdi's the one that escapes, remains unbeaten, improves to 18-0, while Casamonica falls to 14-1. And now let's look at the final stats and the numbers. Well, again, you see how close it was, with Bahdi having the edge in total punches landed, Amir.
Right, yeah, it was a close fight. That's why I'm saying, like, the fight should have been much closer than it was. Like, those 2 scorecards were egregious.
I've never seen an egregious scorecard in combat sports.
Yeah, it's unheard of, right? It's unheard of.
This is amazing. Well, the fans are beginning to get comfortable, and again, so many amazing viewing experiences here in this $1.3 billion technological and architectural marvel, the biggest HD TV screen on the planet, AT&T Stadium. Well, we're warming up for, well, what will be the most anticipated rematch in women's boxing history. Katie Taylor was an undisputed 135 champion. She's undisputed at 140 now. Both had to make contract weight of 138 pounds because Amanda Serrano, hey, she's won titles in a female record, 7 divisions, including 140, but she would like to join Katie Taylor and Claressa Shields as the only 2-division undisputed champions. Naoya Inoue and Terrence Crawford have done it for the men. And speaking of the men, 227.2 pounds, 228.4 pounds. And then this happened, Amir. Oh, wow, a thunderclap from Tyson.
Shouldn't have stepped on his toe.
And now we are set for the first of 3 world championship fights on the bill tonight for a vacant 168-pound title. It's Shadeja Green of America against the undefeated Canadian Melinda Watpool. Green has the size advantage, the reach advantage, and more experience at this weight. In fact, Watpool moving up 8 pounds to try to bring a world championship back to the true north. And now with the rules, let's go to Mr. Sean Wheelock.
The unified rules of boxing are being used for this WBO world title fight. Rounds will be the women's boxing standard, 2 minutes in length. There is no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental foul ends the fight, 4 rounds must be completed to consider it official.
Making her way to the ring first, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Melinda Watpool.
For this proud Canadian who hasn't been a professional for long, in fact, came to the sport at 15, but was always a longtime fan of boxing films and literature. Melinda Watpool owns a hardware store, helps the family on the farm, and of course, if she owns a hardware store, she has the tools to build the trophy case. She would like to bring this championship back to Canada, Amir. And again, you look at her record, and she's 7-0, 2 knockouts. Not a lot of experience, but everything relatively speaking, the women's game is still on the rise. The quality continues to emerge, and of course, tonight, these two have a stage that they've never had before.
Never in their life have they had this stage. When I saw her last fight, when I watched tape on her last fight, she was relentless, she was resilient. She just kept on going at the fighter. That's why when I found out she had 2 knockouts, I was like, wow. Because she just keeps it going. She doesn't stop.
That was a victory over their common opponent, Natasha Spence, the fellow Canadian. Roy, again, for Melinda Watpool. Speak about your first title opportunity and what it meant to you after all the work that you had put in.
It meant the world. I mean, this is what you box for. If you don't ever become world champion, it's almost like you failed in boxing if you're a high-tech type fighter, you know? So this is the opportunity of a lifetime. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some. So she hopes she can close the door and get what she needs to get on this fight night. According
to BoxRec, she is the only active female 168-pounder hailing from the True North, strong and free. And a first attempt to win a widely recognized title, fighting for the first time here in America. All of her previous fights in Canada. Fan-friendly style, but against a knockout artist like Green, you got to be careful when you put that pressure on.
Opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the ring, Shadeja Green.
I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great
You hear the motivational words, and she's all about mantras. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. The sweet Terminator, Shadaisha Green, she does not want to be forgotten. She started boxing at 15 to help with her basketball footwork, and as a basketball player, and Roy, I know you're a hoopster through and through. Old Dominion, as a freshman, they made it to the Sweet 16, so she is a world-class athlete through and through. Comes in 14-1 with the 11 knockouts. The loss to Franchon Cruz Dezern. Dezern made it ugly. Many people think Watpool have to do the same thing, have to smother the offense of someone who is a rarity in women's boxing, a knockout artist.
That's what she better do. She better go in there and try to smother that punching power so that she can survive, make it an ugly fight, and maybe she can be victorious, but we'll see.
Second female promoted by Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions. Of course, Amanda Serrano was the first. This is her second attempt at a title after losing to Cruz Dezern for a vacant title in this division. Let's go to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from AT&T Stadium, this is the final bout of our undercard, and is scheduled for 10 two-minute rounds, and is for the vacant WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Our judges at ringside: from Nevada, Lisa Chiampa; from Canada, Jeremy Hayes; and from Texas, Jesse Reyes; and our timekeepers, Genaro Perez and Arthur White; and our referee in charge when the bell rings, from Texas, James Green. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the purple trunks with black trim, she weighed in at 166.8 pounds. She holds an undefeated professional record of 7 victories, opposite no defeats, with 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Pepperlaw, Ontario, Canada, representing United Boxing Promotions, introducing Melinda the Whip Watpool. And now her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim, she stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 167.8 pounds. She holds a near-perfect professional record of 14 victories, opposite just 1 defeat, with 11 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Patterson, New Jersey, USA, introducing Shadaisha, the Sweet Terminator Green.
Go, ladies. Let's go, ladies. Okay, ladies, this is for the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the world. You got your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Touch glove, back to your corners.
So, the first of our 3 World Championship fights here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Shadaisha Green hopes the second time is the harm for her opponent. And for Watpool, wants to become the first ever Canadian women's 168-pound champion. And again, for both of these fighters to be able to do it under the brightest of lights, as of course women's sports, a huge meteoric rise here led by the likes of Caitlin Clark. But across the sports world, we are seeing women getting their due, and we're starting to see it in boxing too.
Of course, you're seeing it in boxing, but this is the best situation ever for women's boxing here, because what Jake has done and allowed these women to be able to do on this card tonight is out of this world. What they did 2 years ago was out of this world.
And we're talking, of course, of the fight between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, which is the second women's title. Oh, beautiful right hand curling around the guard, and already Green landing some power shots, Amir.
Yeah, landing power shots. Usually overwhelms her opponents with power and speed and strength, and she usually walks them down like she's doing right now.
Yeah, Jake Paul signing Amanda Serrano, just a legendary fighter who, until she's 36 now, wasn't until this week that she got a cell phone. That's how committed she was to boxing. No dates, no drinking, no smoking. It's a reason she's the Guinness World Record holder for female fighters as a champion in 7 divisions. And now we've got Green, the second female fighter. And an opportunity for Watpool to land a right hand. She missed it on the counter.
That dedication's why is where she's at.
Yeah. And the same can be said
100%.
for Katie Taylor. Very
100%.
instrumental in bringing women's boxing to the Olympics. But you know what? We'll have plenty of time to talk about them. Right now, the moment belongs to Green and Watpool. Watpool trying to attack Green on the ropes, Roy.
Watpool's staying at a very bad distance, though. She needs to get closer to Green because right now she's staring right on the end of Green's punches, and that's not good because Green is throwing mean punches with bad intent.
Trainer Barry Porter, intent on wanting to establish that thudding, that battering jab. And of course, the physical advantages belong to Green. And in women's boxing, 2-minute rounds, and title fights are 10. We're going to round 2.
It goes by so quick.
Oh, yes, it does. And when we're not paid by the hour, buddy, why not, right?
Right?
Thank you, sir.
Get closer to her, work your shots, all right? At some point, we're going to start walking her down a little bit, right? Because she's worried about coming in, so we're going to have to go to her, all right? That feel good?
She's looking for the right, which you see. Yeah. You know, but don't be so preoccupied with her sometimes that you don't see your own.
Seconds down. Seconds down. Let's go. Seconds down. Go back. Go back to your corner.
Bell, round number 2. Again, 2-minute rounds in the female division, so you can expect to see action pick up in a hurry. And already they're meet in the center of the ring, and it's Green establishing the jab. But here comes Watpool. Tried to get in close, and this is what Watpool has to do, according to the strategy of Franchon Cruz-Dezern.
Yes, Watpool definitely has to push the issue, get close to her, get out of that danger zone she's in, stand on the outside.
That's her best way of winning, is going off the jab and then doing combinations off that, and just keep staying resilient and keep with her opponent being a lot stronger.
And speaking of beautiful
like
combo, and boy, did Watpool feel that shot, yet she's still standing, but that was a flush right hand through the guard by Green.
If you stay outside like that, you're going to allow Green to continue to land big shots like that. You got to close the gap and get close to her. You can't let her pick you apart on the outside.
And Watpool is indeed trying to do just that, Amir.
Yeah.
There's no fear when your first, world championship fight. This is what you've worked to get to, and despite maybe the lack of experience, that Green has, this is something that Watpool has earned, and yet Green is earning Watpool's respect with the jab.
Yeah, but Watpool stays right here where she is. She's in a bad place.
Yeah, I was going to say squaring up right in front of a knockout artist like Green.
And not going close to her. You got to smother that power.
And again, it wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing.
Ooh, great right hand.
Punch out,
Green.
Great right hand. It was flush.
No punching. I got you. No punching. Let him go.
Now, Green still maintains, and after watching
another good right hand.
Another good right hand indeed. Green has been down. It should have been ruled a slip in her career, but I mean, Watpool is trying to let it whip, as it were. The whip.
Ooh, that was a good right hand.
1-2, Amir, from Green. So the action indeed picking again.
Yeah, they're exchanging, man.
As we expect, the women always bring the smoke.
You love to see it.
And I love to see my friends from all the smoke in attendance tonight. NBA stars, Jackson and
Watpool
Barnes.
landed the right hand there, but then, Green landed the right hand right there.
Oh,
There goes a big right hand by Green, right down the pipe. That's why Watpool can't stay out there. Again, you see line up with the jab, and there goes a big right hand, but you see the distance. She's Watpool to fight at a very, very bad distance right there.
You good? Yeah. She don't know how to get in there, so that means you're going to have to go to her. Yeah. All right, take her to school right now. All right? Hold your right hand up. It's a little too low for me. You understand? Yeah.
Barry Porter, the trainer.
It's a little too low for me. All right? No, you're doing fine. I want you to be first, though, okay? Be first.
Taking a page out of Nature Boy Ric Flair's playbook, Roy. It's time to go to school for Shadeja Green, who has been able to keep Watpool at bay for the most part, but And we go into round 3, total punches through 4 minutes of action. That's 2 rounds for the females. Green, 17 of 69 for 25%. Watpool, 10 of 64, 16%. And Green coming in, landing the combinations and evacuating.
Yeah, when Green can keep at this distance, Green is good.
Nice job.
So Watpool got to get closer and close the door. She can't stay out here at this distance. This is Green's distance. And Green being a power puncher that she is, eventually if you keep messing around that deep water, she gonna catch you.
Yeah, when you get too comfortable with the power puncher, it just comes out of nowhere sometimes.
Exactly.
Amir, we mentioned Cruz Dezern a few times, and she's a unified champion in this weight class.
Oh, good shot by Watpool.
Another great
that hurt.
Yeah, bringing the fight.
Yeah, she's bringing it.
Savannah Marshall moved on to MMA for now, so she's a championship in recess. That's why there's the vacancy. But Watpool standing her ground. Nice defense there. Ducks underneath the right hand of Green.
I mean, yeah, she's showing that she could fight at this level. And she's trying to prove a point.
A 5-time national amateur champion in Canada. And again, a longtime student of the game. But for Shadesha Green, again, an athlete, high-level basketball player, Roy.
Yeah, these high-level basketball players turn out to be really good fighters.
Why do you think that is?
Because of the footwork. You know, when they got footwork like that, it makes it very easy to transfer from basketball to boxing.
Now, Watpool is smothering her offense coming in there, Amir, with that right hand. She's just a little not managing distance like I think she really wants to now, because there's opportunity, and of course there's the great danger that could come in return.
Honestly.
Jab by Green. Along the ropes, using lateral movement, side to side, right hand through the guard of Watpool. Tries to go for a lunging left hook, does Green. 1-2 at the end of 3.
Yeah, it was very sloppy, though.
Yeah. Find that sloppy at all, Amir? Or?
What are you talking about?
Beautiful Mike Tyson tattoo. That's not sloppy, is it?
I didn't even see that. Hey, I like it. I like it.
Should it be on his face, though?
I don't know. That's his decision.
Mad Mike Tyson, I mean, with that kind of commitment, you know people around the world, he's a global icon. He's had a Dickensian career, the best of times, the worst of times, but he is someone people have always been drawn to. And Jake Paul, well,
100%.
my goodness, in this attention economy, he has turned attention to the mega earnings. He's a disruptor, but yet he's also a man that wants to change the way business is done in boxing. And it's Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, headlining the first boxing event on Netflix. Coming up later tonight, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. This is round 4, scheduled for 10 for a vacant 168-pound title. And let's bring in our unofficial score rules expert, Sean Wheelock. How do you have it after 3, my friend?
Morrow, 29-28, Shadesha Green. I gave Green rounds 1 and 2. Round 3 narrowly to Melinda Watpool. Roy, you are nailing it. When Green can stay long, she's landing off of the jab, the clean rear counters. Watpool, though, in the mid-range and in the pocket, that's where she's effective. That's why I gave Melinda Watpool round number 3.
Watpool got to not be afraid to take the risk and just go ahead and go in there. Because if you keep staying outside like this, you're going to get caught anyway eventually. So go ahead and take your shots. Go in, make it ugly. That's the only chance you got.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's her only chance to bring the fight to her, get closer to her while she's fighting. Don't give her too much room.
You're not going to outbox Shadesha Green.
Not at all.
Watpool turned pro in 2022. Has averaged 3 wins a year against steadily improving opposition. Last 4 fights, though, went the scheduled distance. She started her career with 2 KOs in her first 3 bouts, but again, facing a former title challenger in Shadesha Green, and Green, of course, looking to make a lot of green. In order to do that, Roy, you got to be the champion.
Yep.
What do you think of the output? It seems to be lagging just a bit, no, Amir?
Yeah, it's lagging a bit, but Watpool just bringing the fight to her. Shadesha Green's, obviously, she's a better boxer, but Watpool says that this is the moment, this is the biggest stage. Like, she wants to show the world what she got.
It seems like Green might be setting a trap for that counter right hand, Roy.
She's been setting it all night. Just Watpool's been able to escape like that. And as long as she can escape, it's cool, but she's not doing nothing off of it. So once she starts attacking and get on in too close for her like that, she'll be safer. Staying outside makes it dangerous.
Very nice. You're doing good, Red. When she inside holding, touch with that. Because she's trying to hold and slow the action down. Keep touching her so she has to hold. You're doing beautiful. Turn into those right hand though. Boom! Like it's not. Yeah, we need more whip, right? But just keep the way you're doing. Keep turning. And sometimes from here to here, to here to here. Without the same distance.
You can't deal with that explosion.
Yeah.
Don't make her life easy, okay?
She's frustrating. Just keep doing what you're doing. And we're going to keep pressuring her, keep pressuring her. It's hard for people to win by going on the back foot. Keep her on the back foot all night. Right? And you're seeing those right hand. Don't get lazy with them. Boom, boom.
Well, everyone is watching around the world, and I need to give a shout out to my my compadre Brian Custer with the PBC and of course Showtime Championship Boxing, who lets me know that the sweet Terminator Green trains at his gym in Oakland, New Jersey, and of course Barry Porter, the father of boxer Kendall Holt.
Yep. Barry Porter's a good trainer.
See, it's nice to have friends contribute.
Yes, very good friends.
Round 5 now, scheduled for 10 for the vacant 168-pound division crown. Watpool doing exactly what she needs to do, Amir, but it doesn't look like she's able to hurt Green.
Yeah, Green is strong, she's bigger, and then she's going to be able to take those punches. Plus, she has the advantage in skill. Her only way, like me and Roy were saying, is for Watpool to bring the fight close to her and fight on the inside. But she might get caught with something crazy if she does. So it's always a risk.
It's a risk, but it's the only chance for Watpool to get inside those long arms.
Yeah.
If she don't get inside, she definitely is going to get caught.
Yeah, 100%.
If makes it ugly, she has less a chance of getting caught.
Yep.
She's noted that her endurance and conditioning, she feels, will be an advantage over Green. And she said the importance of routine and focus in her training. She utilizes journaling, visualization techniques. I was here last night for rehearsal. Jake Paul showed up, literally meditated in the ring for 20 minutes. It's nice to see an awakening in terms of our self-care and mental health, you guys. We need it more now than ever, and it plays a huge factor in boxing. It's all mental.
That's what they say.
80% mental, 20% physical.
Watpool backing Green up.
What would you say, Roy?
I don't know.
Right hand.
Old school.
Yeah.
You just fight.
Exactly. Oh, good shot.
Good shot by Watpool. Then Green comes back with a right hand. And Watpool definitely watched the Cruz Dezern fight because she's doing what Cruz Dezern did to try to slow down Green.
Yep. Believe it.
We are at the end of the first half of this championship fight. And indeed, the action beginning to heat up. So as we look at the Dallas skyline, Jake Paul meets Mike Tyson in a unique encounter at heavyweight. It will be an officially sanctioned fight here in Texas later tonight on Netflix. Katie Taylor defends the undisputed 140-pound crown against unified featherweight champion Amanda Serrano. It's a rematch of the greatest women's boxing match ever. And here comes the Guinness World Record holder when it comes to championships in the women's division. She's won 7 from 115 to 140. She is someone that has always been committed to being the best boxer. And as she blocks out the noise with the music, doing a little shuffle, getting into the groove, she's going to be busting a big move in the ring later tonight as Amanda Serrano looks to become a 2-division undisputed champion.
We shall see.
And speaking of champions, Green and Watpool want to call themselves a champion here tonight as we begin round 6.
What Green is doing here is really smart, but she's now pushing the issue to Watpool, not allowing Watpool to bring the issue to her. So by her pushing the issue, it gives her the advantage early, like that hook right there.
Yeah, that was a hard punch.
Yeah.
Watpool in the purple with the black trim, Green in the black with white trim. And Green lands a beautiful right hand. There's the jab from Watpool, but Watpool is squaring up in front of someone like Green, and she just felt the power right there.
She did. 100%.
Like I said, Green pushed the issue because she's the bigger fighter. She's pushed the issue, which is very smart on her behalf.
There's a right hand, a clubbing right hand that moved Watpool and Green. Now you guys are picking up momentum. She may be turning Green and getting ready to Hulk smash Watpool.
Watpool don't want to see this. Watpool should have took advantage when she had the opportunity.
100%.
Now, I mean, Green's corner
Nice
told her to
body
do this
shot.
3 rounds ago, but now Green is actually doing what the corner told her to do. Got an old friend of mine, Al Cole, over there in the corner, helping Porter with Green. So that's a beautiful thing to see.
Referee just administering. Whoa!
Right? Stop, no punch, no punch.
Very wild punch.
30 seconds. Clip. Green clips Watpool with a left hook.
Okay, Green won the first half of the round, but Watpool looked like she won the second half of the round.
Punch out. Break!
Watpool on the back foot, and Green just missed with a sweeping left hook and then threw that overhand right, and in close, Green lands a couple of right hands at the bell.
Both had their moments.
You see Green land a hook right hand right there. Then she lands a big left hook right there that really hurt Watpool, followed by overhand right. Once again, you see a feint that jab. There's a big left hook right there. That definitely hurt Watpool.
Big rep, give me something big. All her fights are coming forward, right? So that means she don't know what to do going back, all right? Don't look for no big shots, all right? No big shots, all medium shots, all right? Big rep.
Good, take your time, let's go.
So here in Texas, not everything has to be a Nolan Ryan or a Aroldis Chapman fastball. According to Barry Porter, he'd like to see some medium punches, Roy.
Right, he needs to see some because that'll make it set up the bigger punches.
And speaking of fastballs, total power through 6 for Green, 47 of 118 for 40% clip. Watpool, 43 of 124, 35%. And when you hold a world championship fight, you're looking at 2 of the best. Those are the numbers you want to see, a competitive contest.
You better believe it. But I think Green is getting more confidence as they go.
Yeah, she is. And she has more power, too, so Watpool can get caught with something really effective.
Yeah, they're beginning to really sit down on their punches, but let's bring in our unofficial score rules expert, Sean Wheelock.
Morrow, 3 rounds apiece, 57-57. To me, this is the quintessential range fight. Rounds 1, 2, and 6, which I gave to Shadesha Green. She's controlling from the distance, stepping forward with straight punches. Rounds 3, 4, and 5, which I gave to Melinda Watpool. She's landing effectively in the mid-range, in the pocket, and even in the clinch.
Beautiful combination countered there by Watpool. Just over a minute left in the 7th, and we had the feeling all process, information was collected, and now it's turning into a world championship fight.
Watpool does a good job of stepping those right hands now. Got to give her credit for this. She has good defense with her head movement.
And again, Amir, I mean, obviously Watpool saw it, so she smothered it, but you can see that Green is trying to set that trap along the ropes to launch that lethal right.
I was just thinking that that's what she was doing. Because she just needs one, she's so strong, she just needs one punch to really disorient somebody.
Would it behoove her to start to put together some combinations against the smaller opponent? Oh, but Watpool's the one that's coming forward.
She's coming forward, she's relentless.
Watpool's jab backing up Green, and we are through 7 rounds. Hey, let's take a closer look at the main event participants later tonight on Netflix. And let's begin with a man who needs no introduction. He was the youngest heavyweight champion ever, tortured by fellow Canadian Trevor Berbick in less than 2 rounds. The 38th anniversary of that fight, 1 week from tonight. He was the undisputed heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990. A dedicated family man. And Mike, your son Amir, doing yourself proud so far tonight. He's got 2 with his current wife, Kiki. And of course, his plaque is in Canastota, New York, in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And, well, this man wants to be a Hall of Famer one day. I don't laugh. He's KO'd or knocked out every opponent he's faced. He is the most followed boxer in the world across social media. And love him or loathe him, he's already changed the game when it comes to fighter pay in women's boxing, and he is a budding entrepreneur. Paul versus Tyson. What is life? This is round number 8 between Green in the black and white, Watpool in the purple and black.
I think Watpool won that last round.
Nice double jab. Sorry, Roy.
I think Watpool won that last round.
For sure.
See what Green come back with this round. So far, she started with a great jab. Let's see how she does with the rest of it.
And Green is stronger. That's why I'm like, why can't you have to use your strength, use your advantages? You would think, like, why is she getting backed up? But that's what's going on in this fight.
She's boxing, but she still should be going forward like she did 2 rounds ago.
Yep.
2 rounds ago when she went forward, she was much more successful.
Right.
Green utilizing that footwork that we talked about, honed on the basketball court and in the gym. Needs to target there, double jab. Splitting the guard of Watpool, but doesn't throw the right, and that right is low. It's cocked, Roy.
Yes,
you know a thing or two about using low hands to your advantage.
Good right hand by Watpool, though. But it looked like Green was trying to set the right hand up.
Nice check left hook by Green. Watpool, what do you make of her strategy, Amir, as we go into the championship rounds in 45 seconds?
Yeah, she's just pushing her back. She's making Green fight on her back foot, and she wants to stay close to her opponent because Jadeja has better boxing skills.
Oh. Under 30 remaining in the 8th. When you see Green bouncing up on her feet, up and down on her feet like that, Roy, what's she doing?
Well, she is kind of controlling the ring, keeping Watpool away from her, changing direction because Watpool's footwork ain't that good. So she's using her footwork to keep Watpool from punching. See how Watpool not throwing the punches? Because she got to change direction too much. Though that was a close round, though.
It's been a close fight. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Nice work. Nice work. You're doing your thing. Nice. I like it. I like it. She ain't on this level. Don't treat her like she on this level. You understand? Don't treat her like she on this level. Yes. No. Listen, shut up. Okay. Fucking low hitter. You understand? I'm positive.
That's beautiful. Just keep the way you do it. Don't let her play games. Let her play games. Now, next 2 rounds, she's going to try to play mind games. But she's losing. She knows she's losing.
Down.
That's Dwight Fraser, Watpool's trainer. She also recently started working with a strength and conditioning coach. It's positively impacted her performance, making her punches stronger, improving her stamina. We've reached the championship rounds here for this vacant women's 168-pound division title.
Held her up a bit.
Good jab by Watpool.
Total punches through 8. Oh, and Green just landed a left hook, but good defense there from Watpool. 73 of 271. 27% for Green, 88 of 324, 27% for Watpool. So this vacant championship definitely hanging in the balance here.
Good body shot by.
Great exchange, and the action really picking up here now because the championship rounds, well, they call for championship grit and heart, Amir.
Yeah, these 2 rounds are going to be very pivotal on who's actually comes out victorious in this fight. It could go either way depending on what happens in these 2 rounds.
Roy, again, the adjustments that are going to secure the championship for each of these fighters, what do they need to do? Because time is running out.
Well, Watpool needs to keep being a busy like she's doing right now.
Lead right hand.
And Jadeja Green got to quit waiting. She needs to push the issue first, but she's waiting.
Oh, nice counter right by Watpool.
Both of them are getting good, great combinations, power punches throughout the round.
And yet Green has not really been able to take advantage of her reach advantage, Amir.
I got you. Off ahead.
And the size advantage.
Yeah.
Just over half-minute remaining here in the penultimate round. A left hook that may have been a decoy by Watpool. Lazy left to set up the right, Roy.
It was.
Wanted to keep turning Green. Green there sits down on that left hook. But you're not enough fake from Green and missing
Yep.
wildly.
And it takes a lot out of you to miss those big punches like that.
So, 10th and final round. The championship hangs in the balance. And later tonight, AT&T Stadium, this, well, stunning feat of engineering and design will play host to a Fab 4 night of fights. And it all culminates with a double main event. The fight the world will be watching, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson at heavyweight, and Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano promise to repeat their 2022 Fight of the Year effort. Two of the very best to ever put on the gloves in the women's world of fighting. Trailblazers, Titans, Taylor and Serrano on the stage they deserve. Netflix.
Last round.
This is the final round.
10th and final round. The crowd here appreciating the efforts of both Shadesha Green and Melinda Watpool. They touch gloves to show sportsmanship, and we are going to
Let's go.
She was rushing to get it on.
switch back, rewind it back. What was the rest of the line? Old school. 10th and final round. And Roy, do we see Shadesha Green just start to put together those effective crushing combinations that we've seen her do in the past, or is she, as Watpool, earned her respect and made her maybe think more than she wants to?
Yeah, she's thinking more than she wants to, but she's controlling this round with the jab. That's good. But Watpool ain't laying down. That's for
All
sure.
right.
Not at all.
Well, let's bring in Sean Wheelock, our unofficial score and rules expert. Sean, does it remain as close as we think it is?
I believe so, Morrow. Certainly on my unofficial scorecard. 5 rounds to 4, 86-85 entering round number 10. Melinda Watpool.
Wow.
Rounds 8 and 9, though, Morrow, exceptionally close.
Green was the favorite coming into the fight, has more experience at this weight, has challenged for a title before. But it's Melinda, the Whip Watpool. Composed, collected, picking her spots. And the lateral, there's the footwork of Green. But effective punching is the #1 scoring criteria, Amir.
Yep. Accuracy, power. That's what the judges look for.
And in order to have effective punching, Roy, you have to what? You got to throw.
You better throw him. But
I'm interested at the tentativeness of Shadesha Green here, Amir.
She's acting like she won the fight already. And sometimes when you're with the promoter, you can act like this.
Right.
Felix
Yeah,
Trinidad,
you
Oscar,
can.
Oscar De La,
We know what's up, yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad.
Yeah.
But I mean, for a championship fight, Melinda Watpool, effective strategy, but again, it's up to the 3 judges at ringside, and we will all be sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the decision. Who is going to walk out of AT&T Stadium a super middleweight champion? Will it be a Canadian making history as the first female to win a title in that division? Or will Shadesha Green erase the bitter memory of her lone defeat and become a champion at last? And Sean Wheelock, how do you have this fight after 10 complete rounds?
Morrow, I have Melinda Watpool is the new WBO Women's 168-pound world champion. 6 rounds to 4, 96-94 on my unofficial scorecard. Roy, I think you nailed it throughout this fight on your commentary. When Shadesha Green was controlling on the outside, an effective jab, clean counters with the rear right hand, but Melinda Watpool negated the clean technical boxing, the excellent footwork, the ring generalship of Shadesha Green by coming to the inside. Watpool throughout this fight, effective in the mid-range, effective in the pocket. She even landed in the clinch. Again, I have her winning by 6 rounds to 4, 96-94.
Melinda Watpool had 70 friends and family members from Pefferlaw, Ontario make the trip down to Arlington, and can you imagine the celebration Oh, Canada. Are we on the cusp of crowning a new champion, or does Shadaisha Green garner that title belt she so desperately wants? And let's go inside the ring now with the official decision. Here once again is Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 10 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards to crown a new champion. Judge Lisa Giappa sees the contest 97-93 Green. Judge Jeremy Hayes sees the contest 96-94 Watpool. And Judge Jesse Reyes sees the contest 96-94, declaring your winner and the new WBO super middleweight champion of the world, Shadaisha, the Sweet Terminator Green.
Heartbreak for Watpool, elation for Shadaisha Green. They were as close as conjoined twins, a hotly contested fight, but Shadaisha Green is the new 168-pound division champion, Roy.
Yes, she is. I thought the fight could have gone either way. It was a very good fight by both fighters. When Shadaisha controlled it from the outside, she looked like the champion. She did look like the better fighter, but however, Watpool did come put up a great effort, and it was a very, very close fight.
Green hands Watpool her first loss, and Amir, you did a tremendous job here tonight. What a bright future you have in this game, and before we want to get your thoughts on Shadaisha Green's victory and a final word on what you think your father is going to accomplish later tonight in the main event.
I think it could have gone either way. I had Watpool winning, but it's boxing. Anything could happen.
And look at the numbers, Amir.
Yeah, exactly. It was close. It could have gone either way. I think Watpool won. I personally believe that, but that's the result.
Well, the Canadian, well, no, we're professionals, and what a great output, but the numbers say it there for Melinda Watpool, but it's Green that garners the championship. And again, Amir, thank you so very much for this tonight, and good luck and all the best to your dad. And Roy, what a start here tonight. We're again joined by Rosie Perez, and coming up at the top of the hour, we are going to be live on Netflix. Can you believe this, Rosie Perez?
Like a kid in a candy store, sitting there with you two.
And what a pro you are. I'm an idiot because I didn't even realize you weren't on cancer. You're like, no, I'll pick this up.
I know a little bit about entertainment.
It's been a night of entertainment thus far. So anyway, we are finished here for the time being, and we are going to get ready to go live on Netflix. One last reminder. We are going to be bringing you a night of action inside the squared circle, as we will see 4 fights come your way, including a welterweight championship fight, a 10-round undisputed women's super lightweight title, and then a once-in-a-lifetime matchup. Do not adjust your set. It is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson in the main event. It's the dawning of a new era in sports and entertainment, and it is coming your way at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Netflix. For Amir Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., Rosie Perez, Sean Wheelock, and our amazing crew, AT&T Stadium. Get ready. It's Friday Night Fights from the Lone Star State.